In this video, we're in Osaka. Hey, I'm Jazmin, Florida raised, now in Texas, exploring theme parks and so much more around the world. So if you're into theme parks, travel, and food like me, subscribe and follow along. It's our travel day from Tokyo to Osaka, and our mode of transportation is by bullet train. Stopped into one of the stores at the train station to pick up some goodies for our 3-hour ride. Made it to our platform here at Tokyo Station and got our first glimpse of the famous bullet train, also known as Shinkansen. These impressive trains are known for their speed and was one of the first high-speed trains in the world when it launched in 1964. I was worried I wouldn't have space for my luggage, but once on board we had plenty of room over our head and by our feet for our carry-on size bags. This is the most popular way to get to Osaka, Kyoto, or Tokyo, so that being said, I encourage you to book your tickets a month in advance of your trip, especially if you're traveling during high peak season like springtime, summer, and New Year's. I booked mine on Klook. It's not sponsored, I just found it was the easiest way to navigate and it gave me no errors when I paid. Finally seated and ready to relax, I pan over to Gabe and of course he already dove right into our ekibens. He picked one with a variety of sushi and I picked this box of pork shumai. After translating the box a bit, it says it's to be enjoyed warmed up but also good at room temperature. So I dove right in. They had this cute little soy sauce inside because of course it's cute, it's from Japan. I gave it a try and I actually really liked it, but I could see that it would be even tastier heated up. I was given a tip if I wanted to see Mount Fuji on a ride from Tokyo to Osaka, I had to sit on the right side of the train. But it had been extremely cloudy that day and I didn't think we would see it. Then I turned and there it appeared. It was my first time seeing this iconic symbol of Japan and quite literally I had goosebumps. It looked massive and I couldn't believe the clouds made way for us. What a stunner. We have finally made it to Osaka, and thanks to Google Maps, we hopped on a couple of local trains to get to our first destination. We have made it to Universal Studios Japan. I walked right into CityWalk, literally just took a couple of steps from the train station, and we have arrived to our hotel. And y'all, I was not expecting this grand entrance. It was gorgeous. We checked in at the lobby and grabbed our bags and walked right into our room. We booked the superior twin room high floor, and coming from our small room in Tokyo, I did not expect all this space. I had this huge window overlooking the city with a view of CityWalk right below us, and even got to see a sneak peek of the theme park we'll be exploring the next day. Quick little room tour for you. We have here a big sink loaded with great amenities. Of course, they have my treasured Japanese bidet toilet, and it's complete with a large shower room. I know I mentioned it already, but look at all this space. It's got a TV, 2 great-sized twin beds, a lounge couch, a table, mini fridge, and a kettle. Also, these comfy matching PJs, of course. After we settled in, we went down to explore a bit more of CityWalk. If you didn't know, CityWalk is a retail and dining district for the Universal theme parks. It's got lots of restaurants and shops. We absolutely had to explore the Universal Studios store and almost went home with this ridiculously amazing Jaws themed hat. We then decided to head back to the train station so we could explore more of the city of Osaka, which landed us in the entertainment district of Dotonbori. It started pouring rain as we arrived, but somehow it made this part of the city look even better in my opinion. Bright neon signs, large 3D signage, and tons of street food vendors with each step. It was such a vibe. After we paid a visit to the icon of Osaka, Glico Man, we stopped by this place to have what Osaka's most famous for. Takoyaki is a popular street food. Round, savory balls of batter filled with octopus seasoned with green onions, pickled ginger, and tempura bits. Once cooked, they top the balls with some special sauces and bonito flakes, a thinly shaved dried fish, which I was promised was not actually alive. As a new seafood eater, these were surprisingly pretty good. We also had these yakisoba, which was tasty as well. Next up is my favorite Japanese street food, gyoza. We found this vendor with a giant-sized gyoza signage for our fix. These were absolutely delicious, and it complemented perfectly with a beer. Finally, for dessert, I heard that I needed to get fluffy baked cheesecake from a special shop. We went to Uncle Riguro's, and the amazing smell overtook me. I'm told these beautiful looking cheesecakes were made fresh every 10 minutes, and it certainly looked that way. This shop is popular for their fluffy cheesecake, and these ladies were hard at work. Just showing you these desserts, the kind workers understood the assignment and showed me just how jiggly these cheesecakes can be. We grabbed our piping hot box and took it to our hotel, and this delectable slice was fantastic. Not too sweet, airy, and melted in my mouth. With that, our first day is done and the next morning has come. We were up bright and early for a full day at USJ. This park was highly anticipated for us for so many reasons, and I could not wait to experience one of the most visited theme parks in the world. We got there an hour before advertised opening, and they let us in 30 minutes before opening time. Walked right into the park and followed the crowd because we were on a mission. At this time, you needed an area-timed entry to get into Super Nintendo World, but we heard if you get there before the park is officially open, they'll let you in. We gave that theory a go, and it worked. This was our first time experiencing Super Nintendo World, and being huge Nintendo fans, we were hyped. Firstly, we geeked out just walking into the warp pipe, and as we're walking through Princess Peach Castle, we caught our first glimpse of this land. The best way I can describe it is this kinetic energy, interactive, dynamic, and a sensory overload in the best way. It truly feels like you just jumped right into a Nintendo video game. First ride of the day was Yoshi's Adventure, a cute little Omnimover ride. It's like if the People Mover from Disney had a Nintendo makeover. Walking in the queue, I already could tell it was going to be adorable. We set up our power-up bands while we waited in line, which I'll tell you what they are for coming up in a bit. Got on our little Yoshi, ready for a relaxing and scenic ride through Super Nintendo World. Let's go punch some coins. Whatever you say. What I meant to say was, let's go punch some blocks. Using our power-up bands we set up before, we can interact with all the blocks around the land and redeem some coins. Fake out and all, just like the game. When you link your band to the USJ app, you can check your collected coins from various blocks and mini-games. This mini-game specifically was one where you have to time your punch perfectly to match the icons to unlock a jackpot of coins. You can also collect stamps here by punching each block to unlock a song that I thoroughly enjoyed. Also finding the hidden M badges around the land to uncover various 8-bit Nintendo characters like these. Time for for the first feeding of the day at Yoshi's Snack Island for this yummy calzone filled with yakisoba and cheese, but even more delicious Yoshi lassi. Another element is playing these mini games to acquire keys. First up, Goomba Crazy Crank, where we spin a wheel to knock the Goomba out of the way in order to win our first key. We absolutely crushed this one. Next was Koopa Troopa Power Punch, where we have to time our punch perfectly in order to make a chain reaction to hit the Koopa through the tube. I got it on my first try while Gabe failed his first attempt but redeemed his reputation on the second attempt. Finally, we tackled Piranha Panel Panic, where we chased around trying to hit the alarms to keep them from waking up the Piranha Plant. After successfully keeping the guy asleep, we acquired our third and final key, which unlocks Bowser Jr.'s lair for our final boss battle. This kid has stolen the golden mushroom, and it's our job to get it back. This was such a fun final battle that I wish I could show you, but it was one of those annoying moments when you thought you hit record, but you were sadly mistaken. I guess you'll have to go and experience it for yourself. But now here's a clip of my ultimate fail. Let's take a ride on Mario Kart's Koopa's Challenge. This dark ride brings Mario Kart to life with augmented reality visors and practical sets of iconic racetracks from the game. I was having way too much fun to record on-ride footage for you, but hope that the cue is just a taste of the amount of detail you'll find on the ride. We enter into Bowser's castle, ready for a battle between Team Mario and Team Koopa, which is the Japanese name for Bowser, if you didn't know, for the Universal Cup. For any Mario Kart fan, this ride is a must. It's just so much fun. As soon as we're off the ride, we couldn't help but collect a couple more coins and played a couple more mini games that we absolutely crushed, by the way, before it was time for our second feeding of the day. No need to leave this land yet because we're at Canopio's Cafe. Here you'll find that you're being served Italian cuisine by none other than Chef Toad himself. You walk into Toad's house and see details of all things Toadstool around you. And if you look out the windows, you'll watch how life is in the Mushroom Kingdom. The Toads are having a grand day until a ship appears to wreak havoc over the kingdom. Once the calm came, so did our food, and first up was this drink that was tart and refreshing. Then the pasta, which was a bit too thick and lacked flavor. After this pizza bowl was the opposite of the pasta, full of flavor. And lastly was this tiramisu, which was adorable but pretty average. Finally, it was time for us to leave the land, but before we did, we spotted a couple icons ready to meet and greet with you if you're into that. Toad himself sought us out to let Gabe know that he was a big fan of his shirt. 7 hours later, and we were finally ready to explore the rest of USJ. First stop was Jurassic Park for the flying dinosaur. And I love a good roller coaster and had no hesitation, but once we were seated, the seat flipped back, which had us shift into our restraints, and I was looking straight at the ground, which took me by surprise. This was absolutely insane and intense, nothing like I've ever experienced before. If you ever wanted to know how it feels to fly, this is the coaster for you. Next, we were in this area by the front of the park that had a Universal Cool Japan event. Each year is a new theme, and in 2024, it was themed after my favorite anime, Demon Slayer. For the rest of 2025, they have this area themed after Spy Family and the Apothecary Diaries. For this event, they have themed snacks, themed gift shop with lots of fun souvenirs of the anime, a walkthrough experience, and they even have an overlay of this roller coaster where they have you put VR glasses while you're on the ride for an incredible immersive experience. Before your trip, check the Universal Studios Japan website to see what fun theme you'll get to experience while you are there. After the ride, we grabbed this hilarious photo that they had us pose for, and Come on, it was an absolute must-buy. It's snack time, and we grabbed this Pikachu bun that they don't have anymore, but it was just too cute not to show you anyways. But the Mario themed food has not ended yet because they have a Mario cafe and store by the front of the park that sells my favorite food of the day, this pancake sandwich. I chose the Mario flavor, which was a strawberry shortcake filled with whipped cream and strawberry goodness inside. You gotta get this while you're here. Had to stop by Amity Village for a nostalgic ride on Jaws. It was all in Japanese, of course, but if you rode it back when they used to have this in Orlando, you needed no translation. Then we grabbed our last snack of the day, this adorable Jaws Swiss roll that was both cute and delicious. We ended our day at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, taking in the sights and sounds of Hogsmeade. It was a fantastic day at USJ, and there was so much more that we didn't even get to do. We definitely see why this park is so loved, and I can't wait for our return trip back to this place. I hope you enjoyed watching this recap as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And if you like this video and want to see more content like this, give it a like and subscribe to get notified when the next fun travel video comes out. Stay to the end to get a sneak peek of what we got on deck for the next video. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. It means so much to me, and I hope you know that you are loved. See you soon. On the next episode, we hopped on a bus ready to explore the city of Lake Kawaguchiko. We will show you the perfect place for R&R at a luxury resort. But the rain kept us from seeing the one thing we came all this way for. Instead, we ate our way in delicious food and explored some of the area. Then, just when we started to lose hope, the clouds began to shift. I'll show you the best views of Mount Fuji.